Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I decided, because I get a lot of question on what my favorite foundations, blushes, concealers, all that kind of stuff is, that I would just do like a little mini series on my channel doing like my top 5, top 10, whatever, top blushes, bronzers, highlights, foundations, concealers, like all my top favorite products. So to kick off the whole series, I'm going to start with what we put on our face first, which is foundation. Well, I guess you do primer, but I'm going to start off with foundation. So this video is going to be my top 5 foundations, including drugstore and high-end. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. So these aren't going to be in any particular order just because I can't. It's just too much work for me to figure out which one's my like top favorite, which one's second favorite. No, we're just gonna do like my top 5. So the first one I have here is not actually a foundation, but I use it as such. It is the Garnier Skin Renew Miracle Skin Perfector Combination to Oily Skin BB Cream, and I have the shade Light Medium. I love this stuff because it's the only BB cream I've ever found that I actually enjoy, because BB creams are either too light coverage, make me really greasy, don't really stay on, don't really do much for my skin, and this does all of that. It really gives you a great coverage. Like, I wear this to school a lot because it's not like crazy, it's not heavy at all, but it's not like full coverage, but it just really evens out your skin tone and makes you look flawless without covering. Well, it basically does cover everything, but it's very light and it looks like your natural skin, and it's really moisturizing, and I have pretty dry skin, so I like it for that too. It's like $15, I'd say, at the drugstore, which is kind of expensive, but it comes with 2 fluid ounces, and most foundations come with only 1, so you are getting like two bottles of foundation and 1 bottle of this BB cream. And it does have SPF 20, which is good because you should always be wearing a sunscreen, whether it's winter or whether it's summer. When you get older, you will notice if you're not wearing a sunscreen now, you will age quicker. So just wear your sunscreen, even if it's incorporated in your foundation or your moisturizer, just get that sunscreen on your face to protect it. I just really love this BB cream because it's the only one that I found that I actually enjoy. It gives my face a great coverage. The color is a little dark for me, like naturally, but I don't mind because if I got like fair to light, it would be way too light, and this is only like a tad too dark, so I don't mind. If I highlight with some concealer, then I'm good. You do need to set this with a powder because it's very liquidy, so it will like slide all over the place, but just set it with a little powder just to keep it there. You don't really need it for oil as much because this is for combination to oily skin. I just talked so much about this. Let's move on to the next one. Also, this kind of has a dewy finish at first, but then it sets to more of a satin, especially if you put some powder over top, so it's not completely dewy, but it does give you like a nice glow. Okay, so an oldie but a goodie. This one has been one of my favorite foundations since high school, like since I even started wearing foundation, and that is the Revlon Colorstay, and I have the normal to dry skin formula. It comes in normal to dry skin and also oily combination skin formula, but even if you're oily, I would recommend getting this one because the oily combination skin one is super hard to blend out. This one is already really thick, but you can blend it out. It isn't hard to work with, whereas the other one, it just really is hard to work with, and this keeps you matte. It is a very matte finish, so you won't need, like, don't worry about it making you oily just because it says it's for normal to dry skin. This is a very matte foundation, which is why I like it, because it gives a flawless coverage and makes you look really matte, and then you can add your highlight or your shine where you want it, and it will keep you matte for the whole night. It will stay on the whole night. This is one of those foundations that you don't really have to mess with. You just put it on, put the rest of your makeup on, and you don't have to touch up. You don't have to really fuss with it at all. It's just an easy one. It is a little harder to work with just because it's so thick that you need to take extra time to blend it out, but that extra time is totally worth it when you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the night. And I have the shade 180 Sand Beige in this. It's like my perfect match. They do have a lot of shades of this foundation, and it's fairly cheap. It's like $10, I think, which for New York drugstores is a good price. But I've just always loved this foundation. It was probably one of the first foundations I ever tried, and I'm glad that I did back then because it's always been, like, I've always owned this foundation. Like, other foundations I won't repurchase. I'll just, like, use it, love it, probably won't repurchase it, but this I always have to have on hand because it comes in such handy, especially for nights out or going to parties, special events, like places that you're going to be photographed. This photographs beautifully, looks amazing, stays on amazing. It's amazing. Okay, and since we just talked about an oldie but a goodie, now we're going to talk about a new favorite because this just recently came out and I bought it right when it came out and I've been loving it ever since, and that is the Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation. First, let's talk about the price. It's like $5. What? Like, that's insane. Seriously, this is amazing. I have it in my skin right now. It is matte, but it has like this kind of porcelain fit, like it's like a porcelain finish, not just like a flat matte. It gives you like this really, not a glow, it just like makes your skin look like a porcelain doll. I know I said this in like another one of my videos when I used it in like a tutorial, but seriously, it just makes your skin look so good. I don't understand it. It says lightweight shine control. I do agree. It does keep your shine really, like it handles that shine really well throughout the day, but there's something different about this because like the Revlon Colorstay, it's very matte and you do need to add some highlight because your face will look really flat if you don't. But this, it's like you put it on and you like, and it already gives you like a subtle glow. It's very weird. It's matte but it's glowy. Like, I don't understand it, but it's really good stuff. It does keep you matte the whole day. It's not very long wearing, but I have worn it like to work and to school and I didn't really have to mess with it and it like stayed put. I do like that about it, but it is like a very moussey texture, so I like to apply it with a kabuki brush or like a blendy brush because a beauty blender just like does not do the trick. It like gets really splotchy and like it's too thick for a beauty blender to handle, so you need something that's really gonna buff it into the skin. But once you buff it into that skin, whoo, you look amazing. Like, I can't stop staring at myself right now because my face just looks beautiful and I love it because of this foundation. I'm in love. You guys really need to check it out, and really honestly for $5-6, like even if you hate it, it's really not that much of a loss because it's such a cheap foundation. And I have the shade 201 Classic Beige, and the fact that it's in like a squeezy tube makes it so much more convenient. So I love this stuff. Okay, my next favorite is kind of confusing just because it's not in the right packaging, but it is the Hourglass Veil Fluid Makeup that I did a review on not way back, like a month or two ago, but we've transferred it because it's my mom's. We've transferred it to a True Match bottle because she didn't like the big bottle, like it couldn't fit in her makeup bag, which I don't know. The actual real bottle had a pump, which was like really convenient, but she didn't like it, so she changed it to this True Match bottle. But this is the Hourglass Veil Fluid Makeup, and oh my god, I'm so in love with it. I will link that full review I did down below, but it just makes your face look like some angel came down and kissed your face and made it the most beautiful face you've ever had in your life. Like, it makes you look so gorgeous and glowy and luminous and just beautiful. Like, it's not full coverage, like I do use concealer with it, but that extra concealer that you take the time to put on is worth it because your face just looks gorgeous. And it isn't, I wouldn't say it's not long wearing, but if you're oily you will need to powder throughout the day because it's like a very luminous finish, so you're gonna need to take down those oils, and it's also very liquidy, so you're gonna need to take down those oils. But it makes you look gorgeous. That's like my #1 thing about it. It just makes you look amazing. So yeah, Hourglass Veil Fluid Makeup, one of my favorites. It is $60 at Sephora, but I honestly think it's worth it. And $60 is a lot of money to pay for foundation. But if you want a really beautiful, glowing, natural but like flawless at the same time, just gorgeous, you want your skin to look as gorgeous as it's ever been, use that foundation. It is so worth it. Okay, another new product, not new to the market but new to me because it's been out for a few years now, but I hadn't ever tried it until like last month, and I am hooked. It is the True Match Lumi foundation. I do love the regular True Match, but this one has taken the cake. It is just gorgeous. Like, I'm so in love with it. It's like it's like the drugstore version of the Hourglass Veil Fluid. Not as good as that one, but for the price, it's amazing. Like, it really does give you a really luminous, beautiful finish. It has like a medium coverage, I would say, and like I do have to use some concealer sometimes with it, But once again, it's just worth it because it makes your skin look so gorgeous. I love it so, so much, and I'm so glad I finally picked it up. I have the shade N3, which is my shade in the regular True Match 2. I love that they kept it like all the shades the same because it just makes it so much easier. If you know your shade in one, you know your shade in the other. It's amazing. This is just amazing. Like, I love it so, so, so much. I'm so like disappointed with myself that it took me so long to try it, but I'm so glad I did because the hype is real, guys. Like, everybody says how great this foundation is, and I never wanted to believe it, but then I finally dove in and gave it a try, and I'm hooked. Like, the hype is real, guys. You need to check this stuff out. It's amazing. Okay, guys, and that's it for my top 5 foundations. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for more top favorite product videos because I will be doing a couple others today in the same makeup look and outfit, but you know, it's okay because why not knock them all out at one time. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already because I'm a really fun person and you're gonna love my videos. Just a little self-plug there. Anyway, follow me on Twitter and Instagram so that we can stay in touch elsewhere, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.